Hey, what's up guys? It's Angel Santowski. I'm back with another UFC prediction video. This time, UFC Fight Night, Moicano versus Duncan. This event goes down Saturday, April 4th, 2026. It's going down from the Meta Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. So again guys, this main event just got announced this past Saturday. Today is February 24th, 2026. So we're just about 5 weeks or so out, 5 or 6 weeks out from this event. But I'm going to give you my predictions since there's already 11 fights that have been added to this card. So let's get into it. First up, bantamweight division, Rafael Estevam against Ethan Ewing. Ethan Ewing, man, coming off that short notice win against Welcome Melmaker, and he looked great in that, man. 28 years old. 9-fight winning streak. Again, wins over Malcolm Melmaker. That was back in November. And he fought in LFA, Uriah Faber's promotion. But again, really good win, man. Seems like a really good, well-rounded fighter. And they're giving him a pretty good test here in Rafael Estevam. This guy is undefeated in the UFC, beat Felipe Bunes, Jesus Aguilar, Charles Johnson. So this is a tough test for him, man. Again, a really tough test. Let's see how they match up. 5'8", 5'8", 6. I mean, it's going to be a good fight, man. I think I will side with Ewing here, but again, I'm not going to be surprised if Estevam wins. So, but I'll pick Ewing. But again, I'm sure a lot of people will be picking Estevam, and I'm sure Estevam will be the favorite here. Next up, featherweight division, Robert Rushala against Jose Delano. Rushala lost to William Gomis by unanimous decision, but we know Gomis is pretty good. Again, he was having a lot of success on the KSW scene. Jose Delano, 4-fight winning streak, 29 years old. Again, he was on the Contender Series, won by unanimous decisions. Got a lot of first-round finishes. Lost to Gabriel Santos in LFA. I think I'm going to side with Delano here, but again, it's not going to surprise me if the Polish fighter Rushala wins this fight. He's got more experience. I don't know. I think more high-level experience, but I'm going to side with Delano. Thomas Peterson against Guilherme Pat, and we just seen Thomas Peterson. He just hasn't really looked good lately. 1-fight loss, 30 years old. Again, heavyweight division. Lost to Vitor Petrino. And I thought that was a fight that he could win. Petrino was a former light heavyweight that moved up. But he had no success in that fight. Beat Dontel Mays prior to that. Beat Muhammad Usman. So again, just Guilherme Pat, 7-fight winning streak. He's coming off a win over Alan Fry, and that was just, I don't know. I mean, he's a good striker, but he hasn't been taken down yet. He's facing probably a bigger heavyweight in Peterson here. I'm gonna side with Pat, but again, I don't really trust a pick, man. Again, I could see Peterson trying to implement a smart game plan. He's the bigger heavyweight, taking him down, draining his energy. But I will side with Pat here, but again, not a whole lot of confidence behind it. Tommy McMillan against Manolo Zucchini. Zucchini, 1-fight losing streak, 29 years old. Lost to Morgan Charrier by body kicks in the first round. Almost 2.5 years ago. Wow. So we have not seen this guy fight in a long time. McMillan, 16-fight winning streak, 28 years old. And he finally got signed to the Contender Series. So I'm signing him. I don't know why I thought he was on the Contender Series before. So no, he was only on the Contender Series once, but he got signed to the Contender Series. But I'm signing with Tommy McMillan here to pick up the win. Azamat Bakolov against Tresean Gore. Just don't have a lot of confidence in Gore. 2-fight losing streak, 31 years old. Lost to Marco Tulio and Rodolfo Vieira. Bakolov, he's coming off a loss as well. But I think the UFC is going to try to get this guy a win here. 30 years old. He's coming off a loss to Bagori in the 3rd round. Did not watch that fight, but again, he's got a couple nice wins prior to that. I'm going to side with Bakolov here. I'm sure he's going to be a big favorite. Dion Barbosa against Melissa Gatto. Again, Gatto I thought was a great prospect a few years ago. She just has not fought a lot. 29 years old, 1-fight winning streak. Beat Tamiris Vidal, who's no longer with the UFC. Lost to Lipsky and Cortez. So not good losses to have. This is the female flyweight division. Barboza, 1-fight losing streak. Lost to Karine Silva. Beat Deanna Belbita before that. Lost to Miranda Maverick. I'm going to side with Gatto here, but again, not a whole lot of confidence. She's been out of action. Let's see again. When was the last time she fought? So almost 2 years ago. But I'm going to side with Gatto, but again, not a whole lot of confidence, man. Alexandro Costa against Stuart Nickel. Men's flyweight division. Nickel, 2-fight losing streak, 31 years old. Lost to Jesus Aguilar and Lucas Rocha. So again, if he loses this, he might be cut. Costa, he's coming off a loss as well. 30 years old. Lost to Aiden Correa. And we just seen Correa fight. We just seen Correa fight last Saturday. And he put a beating on Garrell. And so, I mean, this guy, he trains with the flyweight champion, Joshua Van. So, he is good, man. So, again, I guess that loss isn't as bad in hindsight as we thought. But, again, I mean, Costa was a big favorite. But I am going to side with Costa here to beat Nickel. Haley Cowan against Alice Pereira. Female bantamweight division. Pereira, 1-fight losing streak. Lost to Rendon by split decision. Cohen, it doesn't seem like she's fought in a while. 2-fight losing streak. Lost to Nora Cornell back in April. Lost to Jamie Lynn Hort prior to that. Again, tough fight to predict. Don't really know much about either women. I'll side with Alice Pereira here, but again, not a whole lot of confidence in it. Next up, Edmund Shabazian against Jung Young Park. Park, 1-fight losing streak, 34 years old. Lost to Ikram Alaskarov by unanimous decision. His last fight, Shabazian, he's looked really good as of late. Again, he switched gyms a few fights ago. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. UFC still believes in this guy. He's still very young, 28 years old. I mean, it was only 6 years ago when he was headlining his first UFC fight night against Brunson, and we saw how that went. So again, he's been around a while. Wins over Andre Muniz, Andre Petrosky, Dylan Bucka. I think two of those guys are no longer with the promotion. But I'm going to pick him here to beat Jung Young Park. I don't know if he gets him out of there, but I think he's going to pick up a decision win here, or a win nonetheless. But I'm going to pick Shabazian. Verna Janaroba against Tabitha Ricci. Again, I thought Janaroba did enough to beat Mackenzie Dern, but I guess the judges did not count the takedowns. But I thought I hit a bet on Janaroba myself, but I thought she won the fight, but they gave it to Mackenzie Dern, who I'm sure the UFC's happy they gave it to. She's the more attractive fighter in fighters' minds, or in fans' minds. But again, I did think Janaroba won that fight. Again, she was on a 5-fight winning streak prior to that loss at Dern this past October. 37 years old, but still, man, one of the top women in the female strawweight division. Ricci, 1-fight winning streak, 31 years old. Coming off a win over Amanda Ribas, but again, Ribas has just not looked good lately. She lost to Mackenzie Dern prior to that, so kind of seeing Rivas, you know, we're kind of seeing Rivas, you know, regress a little or whatever. But again, she was on a nice winning streak prior to that loss over at Yan. But we know how tricky and good she is as a fighter to beat. But my pick here will be Verna Jandiroba here to pick up the win. Hanato Moicano against Chris Duncan. Again, this main event just got made a few days ago. Lightweight division. And, man, I was hoping that maybe we would see Chris Duncan as an underdog. But with the way Moicano has looked his last couple fights, with the way he gassed against Dariush, he had a dominant first round. Almost got him out of there. Lost to Makhachev on a short notice. You know, took the fight on a day's notice. You know. And he was scheduled to fight on that card, but an opponent switch up. Can't really take much out of that. Dariush, again, he just looked gassed, looked bad. So I imagine he's taking this a whole lot more serious. I think these guys both train in an American Top Team. So they could be former training partners or gym partners. I don't know if they're both going to be training there. Duncan has looked really good as of late. 4-fight winning streak. He's the younger fighter by 4 years. Wins over Terrence McKinney, Rebecca. I mean, so I kind of think Duncan might be the favorite here. I might have to. I don't know. We'll see where this line goes and what the line closes at. But my initial pick, and just I'm gonna side with Duncan. I think Duncan might be able to weather the storm, weather anything Moicano throws at him. He hasn't gone 5 rounds, so maybe Moicano, if he takes his conditioning serious, can win the later rounds, possibly get a submission win. He should be the better ground fighter, but again, these guys probably know each other fairly well. But, man, my initial pick here will be Chris Duncan. So, again, guys, my picks: Duncan, Jandiroba, Shabazian, Pereira, Costa, Gatto, Bakov, McMillan, Pett, Delano, and Ewing.